Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm the Antoinette, founder of the Beautifully Busy Mind and mom to a beautifully busy daughter with ADHD. Here I discuss all things ADHD from a parent's perspective. Today, I welcome you back to part two of ADHD Mindset Influence the World. Some of the greatest innovators, athletes, artists, and leaders in history didn't think like everyone else because their minds were beautifully busy. Whether officially diagnosed or simply showing clear ADHD characteristics, these extraordinary individuals remind us that thinking differently is not a weakness, it's a superpower. Although there was no official diagnosis, many experts note that Walt Disney, creator and mind behind the Disney World empire, displayed strong ADHD traits. He struggled in school, constantly bounced between ideas, and was known for his boundless energy and imagination. Classic ADHD traits. He was even fired for not being creative enough, which is ironic for a man whose imagination built an empire. His beautifully busy mind is exactly why Disney became Disney. Inventor Alexander Graham Bell lived during a time when no one was talking about ADHD, but experts say he displayed traits now linked to ADHD. Bell was impulsive, intensely curious, hyper-focused on sound experiments, and known for ignoring everything else around him. Biographers describe his racing thoughts, scattered attention, and nonstop innovation, all traits we now connect with ADHD. His beautifully busy brain led to the invention of the telephone, changing communication forever. Leonardo da Vinci, world renowned artist, lived centuries before the acronym ADHD ever existed, but many historians widely believe he may have had ADHD. Leo would start dozens of projects he never finished, had scattered notebooks filled with half formed ideas, and lived in a constant state of mental motion. Modern researchers and psychologists strongly believed he had ADHD based on his documented behavior. And yet, that same restless energy led to masterpieces that changed the world. No formal diagnosis, but Albert Einstein, world renowned physicist, showed classic ADHD symptoms. Einstein didn't speak until the age of 4, much like my daughter. He struggled in traditional school structures, much like my daughter, and daydreamed endlessly. Teachers labeled him lazy, unfocused, and difficult. But today, experts agree he displayed hallmark ADHD traits, powerful imagination, hyperfocus on interests, and nonlinear thinking, and those traits help reshape modern physics. Billionaire and greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, was diagnosed as a child. His intensity, hyperfocus, boundless energy, and obsessive drive are traits often seen in ADHD individuals. His behavior mirrored classic ADHD strengths and passion, competitiveness, and the ability to lock into a goal until greatness is achieved. His uniquely wired mind is part of what made him the greatest of all times. Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time, is one of the few openly ADHD champions of our times. Diagnosed as a child, her treatment became public during a medical records leak, and she responded with courage. Her diagnosis never held her back, it helped her understand her strength. Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympian of all time, was diagnosed with ADHD as a child. Swimming became his release, a place where his mind found rhythm and focus. Through that channel, he became the most decorated Olympian in history, not in spite of his ADHD, but alongside it. Beethoven lived before anyone had ever heard of ADHD, but historians strongly suspect it. His emotional intensity, impulsive creative bursts, chaotic work patterns, and restlessness line up closely with what we now understand as ADHD. He often composed obsessively for hours, then abruptly shifted gears. His beautifully busy mind helped create music that still moves the world. No one was talking about ADHD during Thomas Edison's time, but historians widely identify ADHD-like behaviors. He was easily bored, constantly tinkering, restless, is known for working on dozens of inventions at once. His teachers called him difficult, his mind too active for traditional schooling. But that same restless energy created and turned him into one of the world's greatest inventors who transformed modern life. John Lennon was never officially diagnosed, but experts say he displayed strong ADHD-like traits. He was rebellious, impulsive, imaginative, and constantly overflowing with ideas. Biographers note his difficulty with structure, his emotional insensitivity, and his rapid-fire creativity, all common in ADHD individuals. His nonlinear mind helped revolutionize modern music. JFK was never officially diagnosed, but experts say he had well-documented traits consistent with ADHD. He was energetic, restless, charismatic, impulsive, and driven. Historians and psychologists point to numerous ADHD characteristics in his behavior: difficulty sitting still, constant multitasking, bold decision making, and a mind always in motion. His unconventional thinking helped shape a pivotal era of American leadership. Whether officially diagnosed or simply showing the unmistakable traits, these world changers all had one thing in common. Their minds didn't follow the straight, predictable path. Their energy didn't sit still. Their ideas didn't fit neatly into a box. And because of that, they created, inspired, invented, and transformed the world. So if your child can't focus or can't sit still, if they ask 1,000 questions, if their imagination never stops, remember they think like Einstein, Jordan, JFK, Biles, and Beethoven. They think like innovators, because ADHD didn't just survive the modern world, it influenced and inspired it. The dreamers, the disruptors, the beautifully busy minds that changed everything. ADHD is not a flaw. It is a different operating system wired for brilliance, imagination, passion, innovation, and resilience. If you're raising a beautifully busy mind, you're not alone. Download my free resource, the Beautifully Busy Mind Starter Guide, 10 holistic habits and supplements for kids with ADHD. After download, remember to always check your spam, junk, or promotions folders for those lost emails. And let's celebrate the power, the potential, and the beauty of the ADHD mind together.